Alright, and with that, we are live. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Monthly Beatdown podcast. Oh, yes. Episode 3, in fact, our third one, and probably our last one of 2015, in fact. So, yes, how is everybody doing? You guys like my hat? It's my nice little Santa hat. Looks pretty awesome, I have to say. But yes, welcome everyone to another edition of the Monthly Beatdown podcast. This is episode 3 of the newest podcast show on this channel, where I update basically you guys everything about the channel for the month and other good stuff that's going to be coming out for this channel and whatnot. So yeah, we have a lot to talk about here today. So without further ado, we'll get underway right here. Well, let's get some appropriate musics here. Some nice little winterish like music, I should say. So yeah, so hope everyone is doing well. We're on the first day of December. It's that time of the year again already. Isn't that amazing? We're already here in December. I mean, I felt like November just kind of passed in it. It just feels like every time November comes, in my opinion, it just goes, like it just disappears, like it's gone in a flash like that. It's amazing how fast time goes and whatnot. But yeah, we're here today. We're talking about all the stuff that's going to be happening here on this month coming up here. I have a lot of stuff to discuss, and yeah, so it's regarding the schedule, we'll be getting to that. We have some channel layout updates, basically when it comes to the stream and all that, all this graphic stuff, and that's going to get an update. We'll have basically something talking about the Beatdown bot, just in case for those of you who aren't aware about all the stuff for that. The Gamewisp Sub Button will be giving a bit of an update here. I'm going to be talking about that. And we'll also have a Q&A session where you guys can submit questions to me through Ask.fm. You can find my Ask.fm down below in the info. So if you have a question you want to ask, you can do that. I'll be answering about 10 questions every month. So make sure to submit your questions if you have some. So make sure to submit them. Like I said, you can find the Ask.fm account down below in the info. So make sure to find it down there. So without further ado, let's get underway. So, last month was November, obviously, and it was quite an interesting month, I have to say. Channel-wise, let me just say, when it comes to LP month, or nights, I should say, we actually were able to conclude 3 games here on this channel, 2 of them part of our Empty Wallathon Marathon. The first one being Paper Mario Color Splash. It was basically, we were coming around the end of that game at the start of the month, and we pretty much have that all concluded and whatnot. There's still some stuff I would like to go back and do in that game, because there is some side missions and whatnot you can do, and eventually down the line I'll probably come back and actually go back and doing that stuff. I think we might keep that stuff when it comes to basically a leftover session, so sometime probably around the end of the season, which probably won't be till like next year, around the late next year, around the fall or something like that, so you have to stay tuned for that. Personally, I like that game. It was actually a lot better than I was hoping it was going to be. I had low expectations with that game, and being able to play it on here, I actually changed my mind a bit on Paper Mario. But I mean, I still prefer, like I've mentioned, the RPG Paper Mario games, but I still think this is a better game compared to its predecessor, aka Sticker Star. So I have to say, if this is the last new Wii U game I'm playing on this channel, I have to say it was a very good one to go out on, because the writing was fantastic in the game. Gameplay was okay. I think it still could be worked on a bit, but I think actually it's the writing that makes the game, and definitely the visuals for sure. I think that's what makes Sticker Star, or not Sticker Star, excuse me, not Sticker Star, Color Splash, a better game than Sticker Star. But yeah, actually, yeah, it was very fun to play. And then in the meantime, after that, we actually started our first of 3 replays on this channel, and that was the Super Mario 64 replay. I figured, you know what, since there was no new games out around that time after Color Splash was ending, I figured, you know what, we'll do some Super Mario 64, since it was the most voted for game to be replayed on this channel, and I figured we would do that as a little bit of a detour while waiting for the next game to come out. And this game only took about 2 nights to cast, actually, so it wasn't that long to cast, actually. It was fun playing through this again. That was my first time playing through the game since October of 2011. So it was like I mentioned, this was the first game I ever casted on this channel, and it was definitely one of those games that were in need of a replay, especially with the quality and the sound of the microphone and all that. So I'm glad we actually got to replay that, so thank you for those who voted for that, and I hope I redid that game justice. Unfortunately, we didn't get to remake a lot of magic with the first playthrough in this new one, but it came with its own fair share of moments, so that's a good thing to come out of these nice replays. That's what I like about these replays. I try not to like redo old jokes, but if I can, I'll try, but if I can get newer like moments that come out of it, then I'm actually all good with that. So I'm happy we actually got some newer stuff that came out of it, and there was some good stuff. As if you've seen the replay, if you've been watching it on YouTube, you may notice day 2 has been in a couple parts. I do apologize about that. During day 2, my internet was going wonky, and I unfortunately had to go for 3 parts. So yeah. So I apologize about that, but regardless, it was still fun to play through, and like I said, a lot of new highlights came out of it, and I like that. It was very, very fun, and I hope it was not a disappointment because I thought it was a pretty good replay, in all honesty. Then following that was our last game we did for the month, and that was Watch Dogs 2. It was also a game for our Empty Wallet-on Marathon, and as I mentioned, I thought this game was actually pretty darn good, actually. I think it was way better than the first game because I felt the first game was very mediocre. I mean, it was okay. It was an alright game. I wouldn't say it was awful, but it was alright. But just all the possibilities you can do with with the sequel was what made it better, in my opinion. I like the fact that you can basically you can tackle any mission any way. Basically, you can basically use all the like the little gadgets you can use. You can use the little droid, you can use the little RC car to get through some missions and whatnot. And you don't even have to go through the whole game without killing anybody. You can just tase everybody to death if you want. Well, you don't kill anybody tasing everybody, you just knock them out. You can just tase people and knock them out, which is fantastic. So, a very likable character, which you don't see him being like a person that would actually like kill anybody, which was Marcus. I don't ever see this guy. He seems like a very nice guy if he was an actual person, so I don't see. That's why I tried not to do a lot of killing with him. But if I had to, it's because some parts were kind of tough at some points. But the only time I really killed anybody was if they had an explosion barrel, which they walked by and whatnot. But when it came to like gun plays and whatnot, I only really used the taser. So basically, I didn't kill anybody through the whole game, which was pretty awesome. So yeah, I thought this game was a lot better than the original by a mile. I think this was the game they were intending to try to make the first one, and it shows because I technically consider the first Watch Dogs game basically the Assassin's Creed 1 of the series. It's just a new franchise. They're just showing off what the main mechanics are going to be, and then this game, the sequel, is like Assassin's Creed 2, where they expand upon the idea and whatnot. I don't think the story was really that. I don't really care about much of the story about Watch Dogs 2. I mean, it was there. I mean, it wasn't as like deep like it was like with Watch Dogs 1. But even though I didn't even like the story in that game either, so I don't know. Stories I don't really care about in these games. It's just more about going around just hacking stuff, and that's the good thing about this one. I find you don't really need to follow literally much of the story to get enjoyment about it. It's more about the going around hacking all these corporations and whatnot, which has made it really fun. And yeah, what else happened here? That was basically all the stuff that happened for Let's Play nights on the channel. I'm glad to say we got 3 playthroughs done on this month, so that's pretty sweet. We haven't done like that in a long time, so it's good to see we can get a number of games down in 1 month, so that's awesome. Throughout the month, we also did some late night beatdowns. We did some late night beatdown sessions, which were pretty fun. We had some. What did we have on this month? We had golfing with friends with some new updates and that was played. We did Rocket League recently, which the new update. I was actually the first time I was ever playing that. Actually, I really enjoy Rumble mode. That was actually pretty fun. We did Smash because Smash is popular. We did some Overwatch because there was some new stuff coming out for Overwatch and it had to be played. Yeah, a lot of fun times were had. There were actually some moments that came from late night beatdowns, which barely happened, so I'm glad to say that we had some stuff that came out of that, so that's awesome. And of course, we did Mario Kart Sunday's long-lasting Sunday night thing where I do. Oh yeah, Jackbox 3, I forgot about Jackbox, yes, I forgot about Jackbox 3. Forgot about that, yes, we did a couple of sessions of that as well. And yeah, that game's actually pretty fun too. I actually really like the newest installment. I might actually consider getting all the previous installments on Steam now because, well, I think Steam might be a better way to play those games now actually because it's not delayed through a capture device. So I might have to eventually get those games on Steam at some time. As I got the first 2 games on PS4, but now that I have the capabilities to actually cast some PC games, I probably might consider getting back the other games, the original first 2 games on Steam eventually down the line. So yeah. Anyways, back to what I was saying here. Mario Kart, of course, Mario Kart every Sunday here on this channel back in November was always fun. Always has some very interesting commentary, if I do say so myself. Since we have a lot of people come on call and whatnot. Every week's been pretty fun, so I can't say anything really wrong about Mario Kart Sundays. It's always fun to do, and I look forward to doing Mario Kart always, because Mario Kart 8 is just a damn good game in my opinion. It's one of my favorite games on the Wii U. I mean, it probably is it's probably up there, like probably in the top 3. I think if I had to pick like a top 10 list, it's like I said, it would definitely be in the top 3. Maybe like number 2, my second favorite game on the Wii U, probably out of every game that I've played on this channel or on that console altogether. But yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what's been happening on this month. If you haven't seen all the playthroughs and all that stuff, they're all available on TGBD Archives, which you can find in the description down below, or you can find it being spammed in my chat here if you're watching this live. You can check out all the previous streams of the month happening there. And yeah, speaking of TGBD Archives, I want to mention that. I'm not sure if anybody's been on that channel in quite some time, but you may have noticed I've actually been doing some playlists now for all the stuff I've been doing this season. So we have playlists now for basically every playthrough I've done. So Recore, I have an entire playlist of Paper Mario. I have an entire playlist of Mario 64 and an entire playlist of Watch Dogs 2. So if you haven't been on that channel in quite some time watching some archives, you may have noticed there are some playlists for a lot of the playthroughs for this season. So yeah, so I figured, you know what, it might be cool if we have a nice little playlist for the playthroughs for this season, and if anyone ever wants to watch them from start to finish in their spare time. I mean, if anyone ever does that, they're awesome. Thank you for watching those. You can find all of them in the playlist section on TGBD Archives on here, or not on this channel here. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is the main channel. Make sure to go to the click my main channel here, and then on the side you'll see on the suggested channels you'll find TGBD Archives. Go there and you can find all the previous streams and all that there. So yeah, just a little update about TGBD Archives there. I thought I would throw that down. So we're now in December, the final month of 2016, which has been a very roller coaster month, I'd say. It's had its ups, but mostly it's had its downs. But yes, we're coming to the end of 2016 and we're here in December, so what can be expected for December this month? Well, actually, for Let's Play Nights, I'm thinking we'll only be able to do 1 game this month for Let's Play Nights, and of course it's been the newly released game and recently announced playthrough on the channel, which is Final Fantasy 15. Yes, there's the cover right here. Isn't it beautiful? It's nice and shiny, if I say so myself. I think this will probably be the only game I played through on Let's Play Nights for this month, just because it is an RPG, and RPGs usually take quite some time to play through. So this will probably take them the whole month to actually conclude, because for my Let's Play Nights, I only do basically 2 Let's Play streams a week. So that's basically 5 hours. So, and from my understanding, from what I've read, this game is about 40 to 50 hours in length. So yeah, this will actually be starting tomorrow, December 2nd, 2016 on this channel. It is the 4th game of the Empty Wall-a-thon, and it is also, I want to mention, my first ever Final Fantasy experience. I've never actually played any Final Fantasy games, so I figured this would be the best one to jump in, because this is a Final Fantasy game for basically veterans of the series and for newcomers. And it's basically a new take on the series. Basically, it is a hack and slash RPG, basically an action-based RPG. So, originally known as Final Fantasy 13 Versus. this is in a game that's been in development for quite some time, 10 years in the making, and I hope this game is actually kind of decent. From what I've seen, it looks pretty good. So I have nothing to really complain about that. I like the whole open world aspect and the whole traveling part of it, or road trip, I guess you can say. That's what people call it, like basically the road trip aspect. So that's the one thing I kind of has been making me interested in this game, is the whole road trip thing and its gameplay itself. The gameplay, I played some of the demos. Not a whole lot, but I played a little bit of them, and they are pretty fun. However, the problem with those demos is that the frame rate are kind of hit or miss sometimes. Sometimes the frame rate drops big time. So, well, from what I've seen like about a few minutes of this game. The frame rate looks to be okay. In case anyone's wondering, if they ask, are you playing PS4 or PS4 Pro? It is the PS4 version, just so you know. I don't have the PS4 Pro, nor do I have the TV to do it. Plus, I've heard the PS4 Pro is still having some technical difficulties with TVs, so I don't know if I'll ever get a PS4 Pro. It just seems kind of a waste, so I might just stick with using the original PS4. So the load times might be a little longer, but that is what it is. I guess the game is built more upon PS4 Pro than it is on the original one, but I think it might be. When Andy does Titus left. Oh, Final Fantasy when's Final Fantasy 10? Oh, whenever I get to that. So yeah, like I said, for Let's Play nights, I think Final Fantasy 15 will be the only game I'll be played on this channel. So just to warn everybody, I think it'll take the whole month and maybe the start of January a bit. So just let everybody know that now. Late night beatdowns will be happening. Unfortunately, we'll not be having one tonight. I'll get to that in just a short second here, but you can expect some late night beatdown sessions. Some of them, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot, because this month's schedule is going to be a little all over the place, so late night beatdowns may be here and there this month, kind of like how it was in October, so not so much like it was in November where I was able to do it every week, so yeah. And Mario Kart Sundays, that's another thing. This is going to be all over the place this month too. I think when it comes to December, we'll only have one session that's going to be happening on Sundays. The rest of them are all going to happen on Monday. It just is what it is. This month is going to be kind of busy for me personally. So we're going to have to do a lot of makeup days for Mario Kart on Monday nights this month. So it is what it is. I can't really do much about it. It's just my work schedule causes me to do that. And plus I am required to do a lot of these shifts. So I have no say in it. So it is what it is, unfortunately. And we'll also be doing a couple Let's React streams, keep in mind. Yes, I'm going to be doing a couple of them. One of them I'm going to announce will be tonight. We're going to be doing a Let's React stream tonight. I'm going to be doing a Let's React to the Game Awards, which is happening later tonight. I'm thinking I'll be starting here on December 1st, 2016 at, I'd say... I'd like to say it would be what I don't know what for sure it does. It happens. I'm thinking it's 6 p.m. my time it starts. So I'm thinking, or 6:30 is when I heard. So maybe that's when it starts. So I'm thinking I might start the cast here at around 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern or something like that. It just depends what time it starts. I'm not 100% sure, but it'll be around like 30 minutes before it starts. The reason why is because, well, they're showcasing some Breath of the Wild, and I kind of want to see some more of that. Actually, there's going to be two things of it. There's going to be one at the pre-show, and there's going to be one during the show, so that's actually pretty exciting. I can't wait to actually see some more Breath of the Wild stuff. That's kind of the one thing I actually really want to see during all that. And I'm thinking I might do one for the PlayStation Experience, but however, that one unfortunately will not be live because unfortunately I will announce that on Saturday and Sunday this week. I unfortunately will not be around to do those lives because I have 2 back-to-back work days on Saturday and Sunday. So I might actually consider doing a reaction stream to the PXX event a few days after it happens, so I'm not gonna stay quiet off the internet and see what's been announced and whatnot. I'm gonna keep a low profile and all that because I don't want to see anything about that. So I might have a few days before I actually do watch that. So yeah, just let everybody know that I will do a PlayStation Experience keynote live reaction. It just will not be live when it's actually happening. It'll be an archive of it after the event has happened. So just let everybody know that. Now here's something I want to talk about, and that is TGBD Sports. You guys don't know, this is my secondary channel where I do sports gaming here on Twitch. The last stream hasn't been on that channel for about a month, and I want to take this time to apologize about that. Just been busy, or just have not been feeling up to casting on that channel. Keep in mind, this channel is basically a channel where I basically go on and cast when I personally feel like it. So it's not a stream channel where I'll just be on, like, yeah, you expect a stream for here, or like this channel, like it's like scheduled like this channel. That channel is more like, it'll happen when it happens, basically. And like I mentioned, there hasn't been any casts on that channel for about a month, and I do apologize about that. Just been busy and what other stuff. Been trying to do more stuff about this channel than it has been with the other channel, because that's more of a casual channel where I just go on and just stream for funsies or whatnot. This one's more schedule based. That one is not. So for December, I'm gonna see if I can fit in some TGBD Sports. It's been quite some time. I know some people want me to continue some WWE and that, so I might have to continue doing that again, because those have been pretty fun. Unfortunately, I probably will not be uploading them anymore to TGBD archives anymore, just because I get hit with copyright on those, and those get blocked, unfortunately. So I will save those streams, however. They will be highlighted and saved, so don't worry about them not being saved anymore over on TGBD archives. They will be saved forever on Twitch channel there, so if you ever want to watch them there, they will be uploaded and saved there, so just to let you know. Well, actually, they won't be uploaded, they'll just be highlighted and cropped, so that's like all like started and finished kind of stream there. So and they'll be once again, they'll just be saved up on that channel and whatnot. I also would like to do some more stuff on there. I actually want to start doing a Mario sports game eventually. I don't know which one though yet. I'm still kind of deciding which ones. So I don't know which one I'll do yet, but I eventually will start a Mario sports game on that channel sometime maybe this month or next month. But if I can't this month, it'll definitely be next month for sure. That's kind of the plan about that. So that's basically what you can expect for December. Some stuff you can expect. So without further ado, I think we'll go over the schedule for this month. So let me just switch things up here. We'll go to the schedule for this month here on TGBD. Alright, so we're here on my spec account or spec schedule. If you want links to this thing, you can go to www.spec.me/xxanimanxx, and this is where you can find all my basically schedule for the month and whatnot. So we're gonna quickly talk about that right here. So as you can see, we're live right now. Our first stream of this month. It is the Monthly Beatdown podcast, which we're doing right now. Later tonight, we will be doing Let's React for the Game Awards, which is happening later tonight. So that should be very interesting. I haven't done a Let's React in quite some time, so that's a good one to actually do. We will be live tomorrow night, our first night of Final Fantasy 15, our fourth game of the Empty Wallathon Marathon, and then we won't be back here until Monday for Mario Kart Sundays Monday edition. So just let everybody know, there will not be a Mario Kart session this Sunday. It'll be postponed till Monday, and then we'll be back Tuesday since there was no Saturday cast for more Final Fantasy 15. After that, we'll be back here on Thursday, this upcoming Thursday, December 8th, for a late night beatdown session, and it's going to be the original idea. Originally, late night beatdowns was going to happen today, but I figured, you know what, there's stuff going on I want to watch, so I'm going to actually watch that instead. So you can expect Grand Theft Auto Online and the game of your guys' choosing. So that's going to be the session for that week. And then on Friday, December 9th, we'll be back for more LP nights. And then same as September 10th, more LP nights. Probably continuing more Final Fantasy 15. And then Monday, we'll be back again for another edition of Mario Kart Sundays. On a Monday edition, once again, December 12th. Once again, this is because of work and whatnot. And then after that, we'll be back here December 15th for another late night beatdown session. I'm not too sure what I'll be doing then yet, so stay tuned for that. And then Friday, December 16th, with LP nights once again. And then we'll have a Sunday edition of Mario Kart Sundays on December 18th. Yes, like I said, this was going to be the only one I will be doing this month. So, this will be the only Mario Kart session we'll be doing for the month on Sunday, unfortunately. And then after that, we'll be back on Monday, December 19th for Let's Play Nights, just to make up for no Saturday cast. And then there's going to be a Wednesday cast. Yeah, this is where the schedule gets all wacky and whatnot. December 21st, we'll be doing a Let's Play Night because if you look at the actual calendar dates, most of my streaming days are going to be falling on the holidays, so such as the 23rd, 24th, 25th. Unfortunately, I have to work on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. That is the plan at the moment. I'm not sure if that's confirmed for though. Even if I do or don't, I still probably will not be casting on those days. Maybe the 22nd I'll do, but if anything changes, I will let everybody know. So basically, the 22nd is still free if I don't have to work that day, but it's looking like I will. So yeah. As for makeup days, we will be doing Mario Kart on the 26th, basically Boxing Day for you guys in Canada. That will be happening the day after Christmas, so we'll have a Mario Kart session on the day after Christmas. It'll be a Monday edition. Unfortunately, this will be the last Monday edition of Mario Kart Sundays for the month, and then we'll have basically a Let's Play cast on the Tuesday, the 27th. Probably maybe continuing more Final Fantasy by then, and then our last cast for the month will be on the 30th for Let's Play Nights, would be a Friday. And then I will actually spoil a first 2 days of the month. There will actually not be a Saturday cast, so unfortunately there will not be a Saturday cast to do Let's Play Nights, but there will be a Sunday cast. So on New Year's Day, we will be doing a Mario Kart session. I think that's pretty hype. A Mario Kart session on New Year's Day, that's never happened before. And then the next day after that, we'll be doing our next episode, our first episode of 2017 for the Monthly Beatdown podcast. And then after that, a couple hours after that, we'll be doing more Let's Play Nights, which will be a makeup day because of no cast on New Year's Eve. So that's kind of the idea. But yeah, the reason why I don't want to cast on Christmas is because, well, it's the holidays. I don't want to spend time with family and that, so that is kind of the reason why. And people are probably going to be busy, so I figured, you know what, it's best if we keep no cast going on Christmas Day or Eve, so that's kind of the reason why. So yeah, so that is the reason why. So that's basically going to be the month schedule. So keep in mind that most of this is basically confirmed, but if anything happens to change, I will let people know on social media or on my website. And for the most part, this schedule is pretty much finalized, but if anything changes, I will let everybody know, because things do tend to change. So yeah, that's basically this month's schedule. Like I said, it's going to be a pretty wild one. December is a pretty wild month for me. So yeah, unfortunately it is what it is. So I do apologize for the schedule being all over the place, but it is what it is. So next up I want to talk about is basically some stuff for the channel, and the first thing that is going to be is basically we're getting some layout changes just for this month in general. From now until I'd say I guess the rest of the month, we'll go till basically the rest of January. We're gonna have some Christmas themed looking stuff. Ooh, yes, we're gonna have some Christmas themed looking stuff. So I'm gonna showcase that right here, right now. So here's some Christmassy looking stuff. We got a new video loop for the month. It's very nice Christmassy looking. It's basically the same one, but with some snowflakes and the Christmas hat logo in the background. That's basically the one new thing. You guys probably seen this if you're basically older viewers. I used to have like a Christmassy looking thing, but it's been more updated for this season. Not a new logo. I'm still sticking with the same one, just the same TGBD logo. Just for Halloween, I have the Halloween-based logo and whatnot. Here's a look at the pre-stream thing. This is what this looks like. It'll still look the same. It'll basically have the Christmas stuff for the pre-streams too, just so you guys can see that. Same as the BRB screen, you'll probably hear intermission here.
Welcome to intermission.
Yes. Let's turn that off for a second because we're not actually doing intermission. But yes, as you can see, we'll have nice looking Christmassy looking stuff here. That's what this is going to look like. Yeah, and then for like the actual mainstream, as you can see here, we'll have nice little Christmas Live logo here on the side there. So yeah, that's basically going to be the month. We're gonna have. That's basically what this is going to look like for the month. So yeah, basically some nice little Christmas stuff just to fit for the month because tis the season, as they say. The first one looks a little zoomed in. It's probably because the logo is a little different when it comes to what I have for the normal one. Basically, I took the original layout on Sony Vegas, I'll showcase it here again. The reason why it looks like that is because it's just the image that makes it look like that. So I took the original like layout with because I have the same like settings for my other logo, and I just decided to put this one in instead because it's a different picture. So it kind of looks a little weird. It's because of the Christmas hat. That's the reason why the Christmas hat makes it look like that. I think it might just be as you can see here. No, it still looks the same. It looks the same. It's the exact same size. So yeah, I think it's just like I said. It's just the size of the logo and just the Christmas hat that makes it look a little bigger than normal. That's kind of the reason why. So yeah. So that's basically how that's going to look for the month. We're just gonna have nice Christmassy stuff. On top of that, we're gonna have some very, very awesome Christmas music, video game music, in fact, such as this song. Because, you know, this song, in my opinion, just feels Christmassy, in my opinion. Cool Mountain from Super Mario 64. And I'm going to try to looking for more Christmas video game music covers for the month. Because it is that time of the month and we got to have, or time of the year, I should say. And we got to have nice Christmassy type of music being played that are video game based. So, yeah. So yeah, that's basically some nice little layout changes. There's actually one new thing I'm going to be doing from now on. Whenever I say when on my next cast is going to be, I'm actually going to redirect everybody to like this screen right here. I haven't really been doing this lately. Normally this was originally going to be an upload to YouTube so people know what the stream schedule is for the week. But I figured, you know what, we're actually going to do this now. So this will, like, whenever I say next time I'll be live, I'll redirect everybody to this little screen. And I'll showcase everybody the week's schedule and whatnot. So yeah, that's how that will work, basically. Originally it was going to be a YouTube thing, but I figured, you know what, we'll keep this now as a thing I do on streams, because it's a little easier for me to make it just work as a stream thing. But yeah, as you can see here, this little sneak peek for the what the schedule looks like for this week. So yeah, that's what's going down. So that's how that will work, basically. Just a little new thing. Well, it's not really new. It's just something I haven't really been using, and I figured, you know what, I'll use it on the stream instead of using it on YouTube because I always forget to upload a I'm live on YouTube kind of thing. And plus, I barely do a lot of YouTube, so I figured it's not really needed for me to like let everybody know on YouTube I'm live because most people usually follow me on the Facebook page or on Twitter anyway, so they'll know I'm there. Or if you're on the Discord server, you know I am live on there too. So yeah. So yeah, that's basically a little new thing I'm gonna be adding, and that just to let everybody know when my next casts are. So yeah. So I want to talk about something else here, and that is regarding Beatdown Bot. For those of you who don't know or weren't aware, in November we actually ran into a bit of a PC issue. Or I ran into a bit of a PC issue, and unfortunately, I had to reinstall Windows and whatnot, and on top of that, because of it, I had to reinstall all my programs. Unfortunately, with AnkBot, you can't actually save your stuff unless you save a specific file on the program, which I didn't know, because what I originally thought was, if I had to reinstall, I could just Google sync the Google Doc for the bot, but unfortunately that doesn't work like that, unfortunately. And it was a pain in the ass to like actually have to re-add everything again. Because everything was lost, so I had to re-add everything to Beatdown Bot again. So unfortunately, I lost everything. But thankfully, we have everything back. We have all the commands. We have all the quotes. We have all the stuff basically. So it sucks. It's just how this program is basically built, unfortunately. So when I had to reinstall everything again, we had to re-add everything, which kind of sucks. But because of that, it gave me a better idea for the currency system, which has basically been finalized now. Basically, the original currency system when the bot first came out was basically a beta, or beta form, I guess you could say. So, I will basically be discussing about all this stuff that are happening with the currency system. So if you've been around for the whole month, you may have been seeing some like betting and whatnot. I want to talk about a few things about that. So yeah, when it comes to the currency system, as you guys have seen, you have like ranks, so you have to hit a specific requirement amount of points, or beatdown bucks is how I like to call them. That is actually the official name now. So if you want to know what your how much points you have, you go use the command !BB, and you'll be able to see your quotes and whatnot. So whenever you start, if you're a newer viewer, you start off with 0, obviously, and you'll be considered as a newbie. I figured that's the best rank you can give somebody, a newbie rank. At 1,000 points, you'll be known as a newcomer. At 5,000, you'll be known as well known. At 10,000, you'll be known as a viewer. At 50,000, you'll be known as a regular viewer. At 100,000, you'll be known as a bronze viewer. 50,000, you'll be known as, or 500,000, excuse me, I should say. You'll be known as a silver viewer, and 100,000 for bronze, by the way. For a gold viewer, it'll be 1 million. You'll be a platinum viewer at 5 million. For elite, you have to be 10 million. Legendary, 50 million. Toasty rank, 100 million. Overpowered, 500 million, and freaking amazing rank, 99999999999. That is the toppest rank you can get on this bot, basically. And the best way you can actually get your rank higher is if you do a few things here. I'll tell you ways how you can basically get payouts and whatnot. So whenever the stream is live, the amount of time you're here, the live payout amount is going to be 25 points, so you'll make 25 points for every time you are here. The offline pay amount, so basically if I'm offline, if you're lurking in here, if the bot is in here, every 30 minutes you will make 5 points. So just to let you know, so if you're in here before the stream, lurking, you'll make 5 points piece every 30 minutes, so yeah. For anyone who raids the channel, you're supposed to get 30 points a piece, so you should be getting 30 points if you're a raider. Mods, if you're a mod, you automatically make 10 points, so just so you know. For anyone who follows the channel, you automatically make 50 points, so you get 50 free points for following the channel. If you're being active in the chat, you get 5 points for every time you're being active. So as long as you're being active in the chat, you get 5 points for being active. And if you host the channel every time I'm live, you'll make 30 easy points. Easy points. You get a lot of points for that. So that'll be a way to make points easily. And of course, if you've been here throughout the time here, you may be seeing that we have a basically some betting stuff that's been going on. So you can bet like when I'm playing Mario Kart, and if you can bet what place I'll finish up in. So yeah, that's one thing we're doing here. There's been some stuff for Jack Blocks. Smash, I believe there's been some. But other than those, I haven't really seen much of that. People have been asking if I ever will consider having a heist system in the chat. I may consider it. It just depends if viewers are willing to or wanting to have one, right? And so if you guys want one, if you want to have the heist minigame be added to the bot, I'm more than welcome to adding it. So I'll just need more. I just need a lot of people wanting it. If people really want it, I will add it. So that's kind of the idea. Right now, it's just been betting and whatnot. It hasn't really been about little mini games and whatnot. There are other like payout settings I have in mind, but that'll be when things are all finalized and whatnot. Like the reject needs more motivation for donating. Exactly. But yeah, that's basically the plot. Like I said, there was I ran into some PC issues which caused me to basically which sadly had to make me redo all the stuff, and that sucks. It really sucked. It really bummed me out. I actually had to re-add all the quotes, all the stuff, all the timers, everything basically. And I want to take this time to say thank you to Edgehead, because he basically went through loads and loads of chat log to find out all the quotes for this bot. So you guys can thank him big time for finding all the quotes that were originally on here that were lost because of some technical difficulties. So yes, everyone should thank Edgehead for finding all the quotes, because he went ham and he did that. I mean, my goodness. My goodness. So all the quotes have been re-added because of him. So yeah, everything for the bot is good again. I've been making sure to actually Google sync my stuff and saving it very frequently after every cast, basically. So don't have to worry about stuff like that. And I found the file that you need to save. So if you ever want to re-add the bot again, I had the file, so that is a good thing. So yeah, that's basically a beatdown bot update. Like I said, that was the ranks and the payout settings and how the gambling has been working and whatnot. And like I said, if you guys want like other ways to use your currency to do stuff, let me know, because I will try to add it. Because Ongpa is basically a new thing for me. I'm still trying to learn all the stuff about it. So it's still a bit of a work in progress kind of thing. It's still kind of in its early stages, so hopefully we can actually implement better stuff for it. Now, this is going to be either some good news or bad news. As of last month, we were talking about something. This was announced back in the 5-year anniversary show back in October, and that was the Gamewisp Sub Button. I did mention all the perks about it last month on the last edition of the Monthly Beatdown podcast, so you can find the last edition of this podcast, and you can find all the stuff about all the perks and all that stuff. On top of that, and I actually have a couple things I wanted to talk about. So first, let's get the bad news out of the way here. So, as I mentioned last month, I was saying I was aiming for December to be a release month for the sub button. Unfortunately, that is not going to be happening. Unfortunately, now. I figured, you know what? I still have some things I want to iron out with the sub button and whatnot. All the perks still need to be added to specific editions of the sub button. So that's still kind of been... I mean, it's all been finalized what I'm going to be doing, but it still all needs to be added correctly and all that. So unfortunately, it will not be releasing this month. Plus, on top of that, it's because it is the holiday season. I want people to just don't spend money on me for the holidays, because that seems kind of little greedy, and I don't really want that. So I'm actually going to delay it until sometime in January, so that's the idea. It is the holiday season. I don't want people to spend money on me. I want people to spend money on their loved ones and whatnot, so that is the reason why I'm delaying it. It's mostly because it's the holiday season and people need their cash to spend money for the holidays, so I don't want anyone to spend holiday stuff on myself, so just let everybody know that. So it has been moved to happen in January of next year. So that's when the sub button will be released and will be in January. More info will be happening again in the next edition of the Monthly Beatdown podcast, and probably by then it probably will be out, so yeah. But what if people want to spend money on you? It's the season. That's true. But I mean, I'm just a live caster, right? I mean, it is, and people have like families and that they need to spend money for gifts and whatnot, and I don't want to be in the way of that, so that's kind of the reason why. So I'm delaying it till January just because it is the holidays. Just because, you know, it seems a little little something. It seems a little off if I launch it in December. So yeah, I probably will start the whole sub button in January. I think that's a good time. It's a new year, and that'll be the best time to actually start that and whatnot. There are people in more unfortunate conditions during this time. Exactly. And there are probably more people who need their money more than I do, so that's kind of the reason why. And I don't want to be greedy like that, so that's kind of the reason why it is going to be delayed. And there's one last thing I want to showcase, actually. It is something I've been working on. So let me just actually get this all up here before we do anything here. But, yeah. And it's regarding the Twitch alerts when it comes to the sub button. I've actually been working on some stuff about this. So, yeah. I want to showcase what that may look like here. Unfortunately, I want to mention, just keep in mind, when it comes to the Twitch alerts, for Gamewisp, you're limited to so much, unless you have an actual sub button, then you can actually do a lot more. But when you're only limited to like so many stuff you can do with the alerts for being a part of Gamewisp. So just so you know, so if I ever get an actual sub button, I can actually do a lot more with the sub buttons and whatnot. So I actually want to showcase what this will look like. So I've been actually working on a nice little alert when it comes to my Gamewisp Sub Button. So I want to showcase that real quickly here. So let's pretend we're live streaming right now. Here's the scene. So whenever somebody subs, I have this. If it pops up here, hopefully it does. Yeah. So that's how that works. So whenever somebody subs, we'll have that. If you don't know what that's from Banjo-Kazooie. That's going to be basically the sub alerts. Whenever someone subs, that'll happen. If you guys don't know, that is actually Banjo-Kazooie is my favorite video game. So I figured, you know what, I need to have a sound effect from that on here. Now, whenever somebody resubs for a month, this is what will happen. So let's say somebody resubbed for that many months. That's what will happen. And you're probably wondering, well, maybe you should switch the sound for that. And this is what I'm trying to talk about. This is where I'm limited with Gamewisp. I've looked for ways for try to make it so I can make it so it works like that, so I can have like a different sound effect for how many months they've subbed for. But unfortunately, I can only make it one sound, which kind of sucks. Like I said, it limits me for what I want to do with the sub sound. So unfortunately, when it comes to subbing in that is the only sound I can actually really do unless I change it, which really sucks. So like I said, I'm limited, and that's the only one I can really do. And then if you ever rank, and then apparently you can also upgrade your subs. So if you ever upgrade, it'll be the same thing, but it'll say this. It'll say you leveled up. I figured that'd be the best thing I can do, but I could change that. This is still pretty early, so if you don't like that, I can actually change that. It'll be a little different. So yeah. But like I said, I'm only limited to the to only one sound. Unfortunately, now Gamewisp gives you, or not Gamewisp, excuse me. Streamlabs, or Twitch, let's just say, gives you some options here. It gives you a variation, right? Unfortunately, it doesn't work. I've tried seeing if I can get it to work like that, but unfortunately, it just doesn't. It just doesn't work, sadly. And what I was really wanting to do, if someone ever subs, I wanted like variations of sounds when some people sub, right? And this was gonna be another one. I had that as one for an idea. And I was also gonna have like the 06 like victory song or whatnot and stuff. Just a bunch of different like sound effects that people like subbed and whatnot, and or for subbing for specific months. That was kind of the idea. But like I said, I'm kind of limited, and unfortunately, I can only do one sound for all of them, which really sucks. So maybe sometime down the line, it will it will be updated so I can do stuff like that. But unfortunately, as of this time, I cannot. So yeah. So I'm only limited to 1 sound for whenever people to sub and whatnot. Is there a way to display the tier for the sub? I could, yeah. There is a way you can do that. I just don't have it set to that. I can actually do that, yes. I have to just actually edit the thing here. And then it will say leveled up to then I can put the tier list and whatnot. So yeah, that's kind of the idea. So yeah. So like I mentioned, that's basically some things I wanted to showcase for that. If you want to know what the perks and all that are, that was discussed in the last episode. So look back on the archive for that, and you can look what the perks and that are will be for that. I may actually upload the perks and that eventually to my main website, so you guys can go there and look at them there. Once again, just to recap, it has been delayed till January, just because it is the holiday season, and I just want people to just have their people just save their money for the holidays and whatnot. don't spend on me. That's all. 1 sound anarchy. I know it sucks. It sucks. It is what it is. Unfortunately, I can't really do much about that. But yeah. I like this Christmas hat, by the way. I might be wearing this a little more often for the holidays, so in case anyone wants to know, I actually will be wearing this nice little Santa hat for the month, because 'tis the season, as they say. So yeah, that's basically everything I wanted to really discuss. That was basically the schedule. We talked about the schedule. We talked about some of the channel layout changes and whatnot. We have the nice little Christmas stuff up on the channel now, which is pretty sweet. We got that new weekly schedule scene that I'm adding, and we've discussed about all the Beatdown bot updates and whatnot, and stuff about the Gamewisp. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff there. So before we end things, we're going to do a nice little thing I like to do. It's called the Q&A session. Every month I'm going to be doing a Q&A session here on the Monthly Beatdown podcast, and where I'll be answering 10 questions that you guys submit. If you have a question you want to submit to me, you go to my AskFM account, ask.fm/xxandymanxx, and you can submit me a question. I will be answering 10 questions this month, so if you got any questions, make sure to submit them to me. And I will be reading them right here, and I will be answering them right here, right now. So it's time for our second ever Q&A session. So without further ado, I am going to get underway here with our first few questions here. So how many questions we got here at the moment? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 questions at the moment, so I'll be taking 5 more, just to let everybody know. Alright. So our first question, I got asked, what scared you the most in a video game, and what was the first thing that legitimately scare you? Now this is actually kind of funny. I actually used to play a lot of DOS games when I first got my PC, and there was this game called I think it was called Wacky Wheels. Yeah, it was called Wacky Wheels. It was a MS-DOS game, and I don't know, when I was younger, this thing really scared the crap out of me. I don't know why. It's not that scary looking back now. But basically he was like the game's the key to, where he'll like tell you like you're going the wrong way or what lap you're on and whatnot. And he's basically like this little devil dude. And when I was like I don't know how old I was, like 5, I was like terrified about this thing. Let's see if I can get a picture of him. But yeah, for some reason, this guy scared me. I mean, look at that. He's got like analogous on here. If you look at him right here, this is what he looks like. I can't really make it bigger, but yeah. This thing scared the crap out of me for some reason, because he gives you like such evil looks too. It's like, oh, why? It's like the weirdest thing to like to get scared at it and whatnot. I don't know why. This thing terrified me when I was younger. It was so weird. And like I said, this is from an MS-DOS game called freaking Wacky Wheels, which is a very fun game, by the way. If you never played it, you should definitely do so. It's actually very, very fun. The soundtrack's actually kind of good. It's basically what it is. It's basically it's an MS-DOS game that basically it's like Mario Kart, but with zoo animals. And yeah, there's this devil guy. I mean, hold on, let's see if I can get a good photo with this. Let me see if I can zoom in on this picture here. Let's see here. Ah, yeah, see, so when he gives you like this look, it's like, oh, what the fuck? But then he also has, hold on, if I can showcase another one here. As you can see here, he's very lewd too, like he'll like moon you. See, look at that analogous. Look at that analogous right there. Isn't that lewd as hell? This is a kid's game, damn it, and there's like devil butts in it. It's something, let me tell you. I guess another thing that kind of freaked me out, I won't lie, I think everybody got freaked out about this, and that was the re-deads from Ocarina of Time. Yeah, I think I'm not the only one who was freaked out about that. The re-deads in Ocarina of Time are kind of scary. I mean, still to this day, they still look kind of creepy, because it is kind of got like that old 3D gaming look, and so stuff like that still looks kind of creepy nowadays. And I think the re-deads from OOT or Majora's Mask, whichever, because they're the same models, they're pretty creepy looking, I'm not gonna lie. They're probably one of the few things from Nintendo, I'm a Nintendo game person that scared the crap out of me. Trying to think what else has scared me in a game. Oh man, there's a lot. I'm trying to see what I have here on my game shelf here. There was this one part, well, this is I wouldn't say this is really recent, this is like a few years ago. There's a part in Batman Arkham Asylum with the scarecrow that happens. It's scary. I mean, the first time you meet him, it is pretty scary, because there's like a jump scare that happens when he appears, and it's so unexpected too. And ooh. There's also a part where like it looks like he's breaking your console, and I actually thought my console was actually blowing up. I was like, oh god, what the fuck? But no, it's actually a part of the game. And yeah. That's a part that freaked me out, and because I thought actually my console was actually gonna blow up. It was like, ugh, why? And I guess any other spoopy game, I'm easily startled. So whenever I play a spoopy game, which barely happens, I need to do more of that. I'm normally startled, even if it's like the not so scariest thing anymore nowadays. It probably will scare the crap out of me. I'm easily scared, as they say. But one thing, and I guess the question also asked, what was the first thing to legitimately? Well, I guess I guess that's video game wise, but I guess in real life, let me say, I guess when you're sleeping, you have dreams, and there's this constant dreams I usually get that scare the crap out of me. Like out of nowhere, I'll just be dreaming, and out of nowhere I'll be like falling, like I just randomly just fall, and then I almost suddenly just like hit the ground, and as soon as I'm about to hit the ground, I like wake up. And that shit always scared the crap out of me when I was like younger too. I mean, it still kind of does too, because I've heard like rumors like if you actually are dreaming while you're falling and you hit the ground, you technically die. Like that's fucked up. And it's like, oh, that's scary. And having that happen actually does terrify me. Like if you actually like if you're dreaming when you're asleep and you hit the ground, if you're falling while you're dreaming in your dream, and you hit the ground and land and crash to the floor, and you actually die in your sleep doing that, that's terrifying. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but it actually does scare me if that's the case. So if that's one thing that's supposed to happen in reality, ugh, I hate those. Those dreams scare the crap out of me. That's probably the one thing that probably terrifies me the most, is that. Ugh, I can't think of that. Did you ever get a dream where you were naked during class? No, I have never had those. But, I have not. I have a funny story about dreams, but I'll actually, you know what? I'll add into this one. It's not really a scary dream. It's more funny. So I had this friend, in elementary, or somebody I knew in elementary, I guess you could say. And I had this weirdest dream about this person one time. Okay, so how this dream went, it's so stupid. So it's so dumb. So this guy, he would for some reason he had this. He was in his room or whatever, and he locked himself in his room. And everyone was telling him, "Yo, you need to get out of your room." And he's like, "No, I'm never going to leave." And everyone tried to convince him to leave. And everyone was thinking he was a weirdo because he was stuck in his room or he wouldn't come out or whatnot. And apparently someone someone called the cops on him, just to tell the cops to try to negotiate him to come out of his room. And he's like, "No, I'll never leave." And it was so weird. And we tried to get the firefighters to try to break him out, but he wouldn't do it because he locked himself in so well that even they couldn't get him out. And then somebody apparently eventually tried to convince him. And then by the time he opened the door to let himself out, I woke up and the dream ended. I don't know. It was the weirdest dream. I don't know. It was the most weird. I have weird dreams. Let me tell you. I have some very weird dreams. It was the weirdest one I could ever think of. I don't know why. I don't know why. One time I dreamed about freaking Finding Nemo. One time I was dreaming the scariest guy ever, this scary ghost trying to chase me, and out of nowhere, it changed to the first ever trailer to Finding Nemo. I don't fucking know. I'm fucking weird. I don't know, but I have some weird dreams. It's really, really weird. My imagination's all over the place, I'll tell you that much. But anyways, but yeah, when it comes to scaring video games, that devil from Wacky Racer, or Wacky Wheel, excuse me, and the Reed Deads, and some creepy imagery, maybe Ben even, I don't know, but yeah, those are some of the stuff I was really freaked out about in video game forums and whatnot. But yeah, thank you for the question. Our next question is, what playthrough/LP do you feel proud the most of? Doesn't necessarily have to be your favorite LP or game. Well, I'll answer both of those. My favorite game that I've ever Let's Played, from my favorite playthroughs ever that were very well done, I have to say was probably Super Mario Galaxy. I'm very proud of how that one went, personally. I think that was a super, super well done playthrough. I actually really liked how that went. I really, really enjoyed that game. I think it just... Every cast of that game just had its moments and whatnot, and when it comes with me and 3D Mario games, I just have good commentary. I think I have good chemistry with those games. Every time I do a live commentary and live playthrough of those, my commentary is pretty spot on when it comes to those. And I really liked how the first Galaxy game went. Galaxy 2 went pretty good too, but I think Galaxy 1 was a lot better in my opinion, just how that went. Everything I did in that playthrough was just fantastic. Now, I wouldn't say this was my all-time favorite playthrough, but for one I thought went pretty well. Personally, I have to say, I like how 358 over 2 days went, because I implemented the actual 1.5 cutscenes with the actual DS game when I was playing through the DS game. So lining up the cutscenes with the actual playthrough, I was actually pretty proud of how that turned out. So I'm actually really proud of how I was able to know okay, this cutscene's happening here, on here. But it was kind of easy to do that because in the episode selector in the actual movie, it actually tells you what day it is, so it's easy to figure out, okay, that's when this cutscene's happening and whatnot. So I liked how that worked out. I think it worked out pretty good, because normally when people LP that game, they actually record the footage on the DS and then they edit it to add it into the they add the actual cutscenes into it afterwards. And while I was doing, since I only live stream, I had to do it on the fly and whatnot. And I figured that worked out pretty good, I have to say. It actually worked out. I'm actually surprised that it turned out okay. Another one. I have to say would have to be, gosh, Mario Party 3. Easily probably my best Mario Party playthrough ever, without a doubt. I think Mario Party 3 was the one I did that was like fantastic. Out of all 4 of them I've done so far, Mario Party 3 was hands down the best one. And that's personally my favorite Mario Party game, so it easily showed that it was probably the best one I felt I did out of all of them. I loved Mario Party 3 and everything about it, and being able to do that game. I thought everything about that game went pretty good. I think I'd say it had a slow start, but as it went on, it picked up and it was fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, it was really, really fun and really good to do that. And I guess lastly, your favorite playthrough was the rocket powered Beach Bandits. I might actually restart playing that game. Actually, an actual playthrough, because I need to do some more bad games. Everyone says I need to do some bad games, so maybe I might have to do Rocket Powered Beach Bandits as a full playthrough. Because I get told I don't do a lot of bad games, so I think, you know what, maybe we should do some month where I do like all these bad, like I do a month full of bad games. But yeah. But I guess another one that's kind of an underrated playthrough I'd say I did of mine was probably Red Dead. I think Red Dead Redemption was actually a pretty underrated playthrough I did. That game had some very, very interesting moments. It had some pretty funny moments too. And I thought that one went really well. I thought I did a very good job with Red Dead Redemption, both with the original game and the its DLC. But yeah, I actually really I enjoyed that playthrough. That was really good. I can't wait to do Red Dead 2 because that'll be pretty fun too. Red Dead was actually a very underrated playthrough from what I remember. Another one I'd say, one of my personal favorites was Super Mario Sunshine. I love that one. Like it's easy. Like all these 3D Marios are like my favorites just because, like I say, my commentary is pretty spot on when it comes to those, and I have so much good chemistry. Excuse me, when it comes to like 3D Mario games. And I think Super Mario Sunshine was the first one I was like, yeah, this is a good playthrough. But I think that was outdone by the first Galaxy game easily. Red Dead, you did that in 2015? Yeah, I did. Yep. But yeah, that's basically that question. So yeah, there's been a lot of them, but easily it's been Galaxy 1 is easily that, and 358 over 2 days. Actually, there's one more. I'd say Skyward Sword. I think Skyward Sword went really well. For my first time playing that, I thought I did a pretty decent job with that game, and yeah, I really enjoyed Skyward Sword as a playthrough altogether. It's not the best Zelda game, but you know what? It's one of my favorites, and I actually really liked it. A lot of people don't like it because it's motion based, but I really like Skyward Sword, and I thought for my first time ever playing that, it actually went pretty solid, and I actually really liked how that game went. So yeah. But yeah, for all those games I mentioned, I actually really enjoyed playing, and those were the ones I feel pretty proud of. I mean, there's been more. It's just hard to choose, right? Because streaming is so fun, and it's really hard to choose from what you really like and what you really feel accomplished of. So yeah. But yeah, that's that question. So thank you for answering that one. I appreciate it. All right. So our next question here is, do you want some Oreos? Well, I have a question to ask you. Do you want some M&Ms? But actually, unfortunately, I actually don't. I don't have any at the moment. They're all gone. But to answer your question, yes, I would like some Oreos. If you don't understand this joke, it's all from these past 2 sessions of Mario Kart. It started not last week, but the week before, where or actually no, it started 3 weeks ago actually. Kippy was playing Mario Kart with me, and he robbed me from a first place, and I got very angry at him. Or not really angry, I got salty. and then I wanted to get my revenge. So the week after, I basically tried to get my revenge on him. I hit him with a shell. I was like, yes, or no, not a shell, a super horn. And I was like, yes, I got him. And then he hit me with a shell right after, so he got his revenge right after that. And then he came on to Discord like right after, and he was like, yes, how about that revenge? I was like, oh, and I was like, no, I was so angry, and I was like, whatever. And then he's like, you know what? Because he did that, I'm gonna take this Oreo, I'm gonna eat it. I'm like, no, why? And then he just ate an Oreo, took a picture of him going, it was like, wow. So I was like, you know what? I need my revenge on that. So then I went and bought some Oreo. No, not Oreos. I went and bought some M&Ms to match his Oreos. And then, well, if you've seen the previous stream of Mario Kart and the highlight, you know what has happened. So I took some Oreos and went. Oh, no Oreos. Why do I keep saying Oreos? God damn it! It's M&M's. It's M&M's. So I took some M&M's. Took some and was like, it's so good. I don't know. It was a weird moment, that's for sure. Stupid, but it was funny. and apparently it made it into a meme. Yeah, it was a meme that was made out of that. I don't know how, but it was a meme. But yeah. So yes, do I want some Oreos? Yes. Especially an Oreo Blizzard. Alright, so that's that question, so thank you for that. Our next question here is, do you collect anything besides games and consoles? Not really. Not really, no. I don't really collect much other besides video game stuff, to be honest. When I was younger, I used to collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I don't really do that as much anymore. So yeah, I actually used to collect a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, some Pokemon cards, but it was mainly Yu-Gi-Oh because I think the Yu-Gi-Oh card game was bigger around that time. So I used to collect a lot more Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and plus I was more into Yu-Gi-Oh at that time than I was into Pokemon. And there was a point in Pokemon where I was like, yeah, that's cool, and yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm the biggest Pokemon guy, but I was more into Yu-Gi-Oh because the card game was fun. Everybody had them and whatnot, and I remember one of my friends had like one of the one of my friends had actually one of the God cards. I think he had Slifer, the Sky Dragon. He actually got that through like eBay or whatnot, and at the time, the God cards were actually very expensive. I think they were like $80. So I was like, dude, you got a God card for $80? He's like, yeah, man. And he always used it, and he always won. And it was because, if you remember, Slifer, every time you have cards in your hand, he gets more attack power and whatnot. But yeah, so I'd say I collected more like Yu-Gi-Oh cards and whatnot. There was some times I got Pokemon stuff. There were also some like sports stuff I got. There were some sports cards, like some hockey cards I got and whatnot originally. When I was very, very big into like wrestling, like when I was like really, really big, I had wrestling figures. I actually had wrestling figures, like a lot of them. I had a ring and whatnot. I had like weapons and stuff. So yeah, I collected a lot of wrestling figures when I was younger. Not so much nowadays. I don't really follow. Well, I mean, I still do, but I don't really collect them as much anymore. But when I was younger, for sure, yeah, I used to get a lot of wrestling figures and that. So that's something I used to collect a lot. A lot of cards and a lot of figurines. That's kind of what I usually do. Nowadays, it's basically just been more like video games and stuff and whatnot. That's been the whole idea. So I've been trying to collect more like I would say older games, because older games are kind of harder to get because here in Canada they're very expensive to get. It's really hard to find retro games at a decent price. I hear they're very easier to get in the US, but I hear prices for them are going way up. So I've been trying to get more like recent stuff, so I can say, hey, I got all these games. But I know you can say like a lot of the value for more recent games are not very high because they're more frequent to find. But you know, it's cool to be able to collect something, right? But yeah, that's that question. So thank you for asking that one. Like I said, if you got any questions you want to ask, go to my AskFM account at ask.fm/xxandymanxx if you have a question you would like to ask me. Our next question here, this is my 5th question here, by the way, so keep asking questions until I hit 10, by the way. Alolan Ninetales or Sandshrew? Ooh. Probably Alolan Ninetales because that thing is majestic. That thing is majestic as hell. While Sandshrew, he looks cool too. He looks like Sonic the Hedgehog, but I don't know. Ice Fairy is just cool. And Ninetales is a majestic freaking creature, let me tell you. Ninetales is beautiful. Especially the Alolan form. I think I like the Alolan form a lot more than the actual original version because back in the day, it was either you were a Growlithe or a Vulpix fan. And I took Growlithe because Growlithe is my all-time favorite Pokemon. But I always respected Vulpix because Vulpix is cute looking. Vulpix is adorable as well. I think Vulpix is up there in some of my favorite Pokemon. But man, the Alolan version of Vulpix and Ninetales is so cool looking. It's so majestic, and I'm so disappointed I didn't get one. The reason why is because I took the Water Starter, and that was already Fairy type. And since I could already learn an Ice move for the Water Starter, it's like it was no point doing so. So if I ever wanted to play through that again, I'd probably eventually get myself a Ninetales, just because I have the version to get the Ninetales in too. So I would actually get a Ninetales next time I ever play a full game of Sun again. Because yeah, I actually really want to try out the Alolan form. It seems really good. It really seems like it's definitely a dragon killer, that's for sure. Ice Fairy, whew, that's deadly. That's a deadly combination right there. That's a ×4. That's a wombo combo. That ain't Falco, my boy. But yeah, all dragon types will get wrecked by Ninetales and freaking Gen 7 here, so yeah. It's okay, you chose best starter. I know, I did. I chose the best starter. Personally, I think that's the best starter in my opinion. I really wanted to use Ninetales too, but yeah, you can't really do much if you already picked like the water type, because most water types already know how to use ice type, so it's like it's kind of pointless to be honest. So yeah, that's that question. So thank you for answering that. I'll give it a few seconds here if anyone's got any more questions. I haven't gotten added any more new questions here, so if you got any questions, please submit them to ask.fm/xxanimanxx. I'll be waiting for a question here. Sandshrews a tank though. That's the thing though, but it seems like it gets wrecked easily by fire because, I don't know, it just seems like fire types just destroy that thing. That's the one. I mean, it looks cool looking, I'll give it that, but it seems very weak. It can't really like handle itself against like a fire type very well. That's the one thing. And I guess you could say the same thing about Alolan Vulpix too, because ice is weak against fire, but the thing is, it's a fairy type, and fairy types are very strong. I tend to find fairy type moves are like freaking overpowered at times. It's like, God, how is this illegal? How is this allowed even? But yeah. Alright, we got another question here. Would I rather be Batman or have $1 million? Feels like 11 might have asked me this question. I'd have to say... that's tough. Would I rather be Batman or would I rather be rich? I'd be Batman because Batman's pretty awesome. Because actually, honestly, I'd be Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man I would rather be. But if I had to choose from this question, I'd probably take the $1 million just because I don't know. But Batman has $1 million already, so that kind of like outdoes the this question a bit, right? So I would be rich. I wouldn't want to risk myself without superpowers. If I had to have superpowers, if I had to be a superhero, I'd definitely be Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man would be my go-to guy. I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero. But yeah, Batman is rich, but that kind of like beats the purpose of that question. But yeah, I'd probably have $1 million over being Batman, because I couldn't be as intimidating as Batman. Honestly, I'm too nice. I feel I'm not really that. I can't really be intimidating. It's just not me personally. I probably wouldn't be taken seriously as Batman. Now as Spider-Man, yeah, sure, I could see my Spider-Man or like Deadpool or that. I could see myself being like one of those guys because they break the fourth wall and they crack a bad punter or something every now and then. So I could see myself being them over Batman. That's for sure. So yeah, I couldn't see myself being Batman. Alright, so that's that question, so thanks for asking that one. I don't know if this was an Ask FM question, but somebody asked, what's the best way to cook an egg? Well, personally, I like my eggs scrambled. I like scrambled eggs. I like scrambled eggs the best. You scramble them, put some nice toppings on there. It's good stuff right there. I like myself some scrambled eggs. I like sunny side up as well. I don't mind like eggs. I can take either way, but personally, my preference, I like scrambled eggs a little more. I just because you can do a lot more with them. You can make like beautiful breakfast burritos with them, and oh, I love me some breakfast burritos. Breakfast burritos are awesome, let me tell you. Because with scrambled, you can do basically anything with them. You can have them like, you can put like some nice cheddar on that. You can put some. You can put anything on it. It's so good. But fried is good too. But I just like scrambled. This is probably the easiest way to do it. Omelets are actually pretty fun too. Omelets are really good to make an egg too. I really like omelets myself. Those are really fun and good to make too. I really like those. So yeah. So personally, my personal favorite is I like scrambled the best because they're just the easiest to do, in my opinion. Scrambled and omelets are worth that. Yep, I agree. I like those two. Those are my two personal favorites. But when it comes to eggs, I don't mind either or. Either or are great. Put a little pepper on fried eggs. Good stuff. Good stuff right there. You gotta love a little bit of a pepper on your fried egg. It's so good. Same as eggs in general. Eggs just go well with pepper. And eggs and cheese together just go well together too. Oh my god. Now I want a breakfast burrito. God damn it. That was a good question, so thank you for asking that one. Actually, you know what goes good with that? A nice piece of nice hash brown. Good stuff. Yes, thank you for asking that question. So we have a few more here. Who is your waifu? Oh, wow. Well, that's an easy question right here. I'll answer it right here. That's an easy question. I hope I answered that one easily. I guess another one. But I have another one. I guess I have a few. I'm not gonna lie, I have a few. Another one I would say would be Aqua. Aqua from Kingdom Hearts. Aqua is Bae. She is Bae. She's probably one of my favorites in the series, especially some of the female characters. Aqua is just Bae. She knows how to use the Keyblade. She can use magic, so she's definitely easily one. Who else would I say? I'd say Diva. Diva from Overwatch. Diva is easily a waifu of mine. She's become one of my favorite waifus. She's just Grill Gamer, and she's his next. Even though I'm a few years older than her, but that's okay. That's okay. She's awesome, and she's my main in Overwatch, and I really like her a lot. Really like using her. I would say Tracer too, only because of Dab Booty. Dab Booty. But no, I from all the Overwatch characters, it's definitely Diva for sure. Sombra is getting up there a bit. I really like Sombra a bit too. And he likes the younger woman. Well, it depends. I'm not too much into older women. No, I'm not too much in that. But for some reason, older women like me for some reason. I don't know why. What about Lily? Oh yeah, Lily. That's right. Yes, Lily from Sun and Moon. She's definitely the best. Get in the bag, Nebby. Never! Gotta love that meme. But yeah, I like Lily. Lily's pretty awesome. And I guess the newest rendition of Lara Croft in the Tomb Raider games. I really like how her character. Maybe it's her voice or something. I don't know what it is, but I just like Lara Croft in these newer Tomb Raider games a lot more compared to the older ones. I don't know. It's just her. Maybe it's her model or something. I can just believe her as someone like being an actual person. That's kind of the thing. So she seems kind of. It's like you can resemble a lot with her. That's kind of the reason why I like her a lot too. So I have a lot. So that's the thing. I could name like a list of all these waifus, but I will only stick with those few. So. Oh yeah, this song. And yeah, I don't know. I have a lot I could choose from, but definitely for sure, Bayonetta is definitely number one for sure. So thank you for that question. Dick butt. Thank you. That wasn't really a question. Next question. What is your favorite fruit? Probably watermelon. I actually really like watermelon a bit. I just like the taste of it. And maybe oranges. Oranges make some really good smoothies, let me tell you. Orange smoothies are fantastic. I really like oranges just because and orange juice itself is just good. I mean, anything orange just beverage wise is just great. It's good stuff. So yeah, definitely oranges, I'd say. I'd say orange is a little more over watermelon. Bananas are better. Alright. So let's see here. Would you want a Lily for Christmas? Like, are we talking about Lily from Pokemon or Lily the cat? I mean, if she wants to make friends with my two dogs, then sure. Why not? I wouldn't mind a daughter for Christmas. So yeah, I guess sure, I'll take a Lily for Christmas. Alright, and one more question here. This will be our last question. So thank you for the question, by the way. This will be the last one I answer for this week, or for this month, I should say. So any ones that have been submitted for this month, for now, I will save those for next month, so just so everybody know that. If you could choose any video game universe, where would you live? That's a good question too. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing what's like living in the Mushroom Kingdom. That would be kind of interesting. That would be very interesting. Just because you could do so much in that. You can like get so many power-ups in that universe. That would be interesting. Zelda would be actually kind of cool too. I'm not gonna lie. Even though it probably would be destroyed and get taken over a lot by a pig man. So I don't know if you want to live there. Another one would be the Overwatch universe would be kind of cool too. But then again, you'd be fighting a lot of people. You would have to deal with a lot of Bastion turrets. Oh, that'd be a little weird. I don't know where else would I like to live. I guess like in a Square Enix like vibe. Those places seem kind of cool. I mean, anything Square looks really neat to live in. I'm not gonna lie. They always have like the best looking like worlds in my opinion. I mean, this game I'm gonna be playing pretty soon. Milene looks really cool. I mean, the world here looks really sweet. But also like the world of Kingdom Hearts looks pretty cool to live in too. So I don't know. There's a lot of cool places that would be pretty awesome to live in. Heck, even this may sound insane. This may sound kind of weird, but even the world of BioShock Infinite would be kind of weird to live in. I mean, it's very, very strange, but it's just the look of it. That's kind of the reason why. I mean, some of the people are very weird and probably pretty racist, but you know, the whole world of of Colombia just seems like it'd be a cool place, just because of how it looks. It's kind of fucked up, kind of like Rapture, like it is in Bioshock, but you know, the world of Colombia would be kind of a very weird but interesting place at the same time. So yeah, Borderlands maybe as well. Borderlands seems kind of a cool place too, even though that's more again, that's kind of like a post-apocalyptic world, but you know, so that seems kind of like an interesting place too, especially from what I've seen a lot with the Telltale versions of those games. Those would be sweet. Oh, actually, another one, probably the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I want to see shit blow up. I want to see superheroes flying around and whatnot. That would be pretty neat, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I don't know, there's many cool like worlds you could really basically be a part of. Oh, actually, there's another one I wouldn't mind, and that would probably be the world of either Pokemon or Ni no Kuni, because I'd say they're almost kind of the same. You have little creatures running around and you can capture them and whatnot. A world of Pokemon would be kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. I think living in a world with Pokemon would easily be pretty neat. I mean, not this Pokemon Go. Look at that, I'm catching the Pikachus. No, I actually want like the actual Pokeball, throwing it, catching it, and being like, yes, I have a real life Growlithe. Even though I have like probably like 2 of them, but yeah. I think an actual world with Pokemon would be kind of neat. Ni no Kuni, the same thing. You can capture like little creatures in there, tame them and make them like your very own. Like the little guy with the little sword's pretty cool, and even the owl. Fuck the owl with the top hat. I hate him. If you're an older viewer, you know what I'm talking about. But that freaking owl, man. That freaking owl. But yeah, there's a lot of worlds I'd like to visit. But definitely, I'd say definitely the Mario and Zelda and Kingdom Hearts universes for sure, and maybe Pokemon. A lot of Nintendo worlds I'd say would probably be the worlds I'd like to visit the most, and definitely Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is definitely there for sure. Can't wait for Ni no Kuni 2. Neither can I. That's gonna be so good. I can't wait. I can name like so many. Like that's tough. It's tough. Like, I can choose from so many stuff. But yeah. But for sure, those are probably the worlds I'd say for sure. Owl with the top hat. Yeah, Owl with the top hat. Gotta love him. But yeah, that's that question. So thank you for asking the questions. Just so everybody know, if you have questions you would like to submit for the Q&A session, I'm not gonna be answering any more for this month's edition. But if you have questions, I will be since I got a few of them here, I will be saving them for next month. So if you have any questions you would like to submit to me, you can submit them to me through ask.fm/xx99xx, and I'll be answering 10 of them every month, every episode of the Monthly Beatdown podcast. Alright, so the recap, we basically did a month recap about what we did. We talked about all the Let's Plays we did here for this month, all the late night beatdowns and Mario Kart sessions. We talked about what to expect for the month. For Let's Play nights, I expect a lot of this game, because this is going to be the only game I'll probably be playing for the month. There's going to be some late night beatdown sessions, some Mario Kart sessions, and even some Let's React, which is going to be happening tonight with the, depending on when you're watching this, December 1st, 2016. I'm going to be doing a Let's React to the Game Awards later tonight, and sometime in a couple days I will be doing the reaction to the PSX event, PlayStation Experience, so that should be cool. We talked about some of the channel layout updates for the month, some new stuff for the channel, for our layouts and scenes. Talked about the some of the beatdown bot updates and stuff, some stuff that happened, and the ranks and payout settings and gambling stuff for the bot, and for the Gamewisp Sub Button, and a little bit of an update about that. So yeah, well, that was this month's edition of the Monthly Beatdown podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for everyone who came here live, and if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching. the next episode of the Monthly Beatdown podcast will be happening on January 2nd. Unfortunately, will not happen on the 1st just because that's New Year's Day, and I figured I want to keep that just for a Mario Kart session and whatnot. So yeah. So if you have any, like I said, if you have any questions for about the stuff, make sure to leave a comment down below or submit any questions on the Discord server and whatnot. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to submit a question down below and whatnot. Also, click a like if you enjoyed the this month's edition of the Monthly Beatdown podcast. And like I said, next month we'll be doing our next episode 4, our first one of 2017 of the Monthly Beatdown podcast. That should be awesome. So that's going to conclude it. So thanks for everybody tuning in, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next edition of the Gaming Beatdown. So until next time, guys, this is Eddie signing out. Have a good one, guys.